Alright, welcome back to Road to World Series with the Seattle Mariners. This is episode 3. We made it to the postseason in the past episode, however, we did not make it past the ALDS as the Indians completely destroyed us. We're here in our third season, we're in the off season. As you can see by the left side of your screen, there is a lot of big names out there for the off season. I have no idea how I'm going to go about this. This year I have $40 million to spend because we won 99 games in the past season. So with that being said, I just wanted to first point out that I did not sign anyone back from the past season. I think Felix Hernandez, Cody Guerin, Tim Beckham. I think it was Tim Beckham. And I think there were 2 other people. I did not sign any of them back. So I have to find some people to replace them, whether it's trade, whether it's free agency. So with that being said, let's head right into the players that I'm hoping I'm going to be able to sign this offseason. The first guy I want to sign is James Paxton. He's 32. I'm going to sign him for a 3-year deal that will take him to 35. He has a 19-1 win-loss record for the past year, 2.32 ERA with a career ERA of 3.3. I think he's going to be a solid addition to our rotation, coming back to Seattle after being in New York for 2 years. So yeah, the first person that I hope signs with us is James Paxton. The second person that I want to go after is Wellington Castillo. He's going to play the platoon role that Yan Gomes played last year. He'll be batting against lefties while Omar Narvaez is going to be batting against righties. I'm going to pay him $5 million because I feel that he will do a lot better than Yan Gomes did last year when it came to batting against lefties. So Wellington Castillo is going to be my bridge for the A potential catcher that I have developing in the minors right now. So the third guy that I want to go after is DJ LeMahieu. He's an amazing contact hitter. He's a great fielder. All you have to do is look at his stats. 298 the past year, 271 the past. Always gets on base, always gets hits, rarely strikes out. He's just an overall good defender, good hitter, and that's the guy that I'm going to go for. Probably to play second base. I might move Shed Long over to shortstop, or I might try to... I don't want to put DJ at shortstop with a 54 arm strength, so that's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put DJ at second and move Shed over to shortstop. The final guy that I want to sign here is Danny Salazar. He's going to be somebody to hold the back end of the rotation, and if he starts to maybe struggle or he starts to overperform, I might consider flipping him for prospects or somebody that I might need at the trade deadline. And he's basically somebody who I'm going to have for a year so I can then bridge him into somebody like a Justice Sheffield or the pitcher that I got from the last draft. I can't remember his name, but he has a pretty high overall already. Or Justin Dunn, or just one of the pitchers that's already in my minor leagues. So he's just somebody to bridge to one of those. And I'm going to sign him for 7.3, and I signed DJ LeMahieu for 11.7. So if all of these guys sign, it'll come out to a nice, even $40 million, the amount that I wanted to spend. I was looking at guys like Jacob deGrom, Trevor Bauer, and relievers like Andrew Miller, Blake Trinan, Kirby Yates, Danny Winkler, but in real reality, if I only have $40 million to spend, I'm not going to say, for Jacob deGrom, I'm not going to spend $31 million on him and then screw myself over trying to get other people to play different positions for me. Alright, now I'm going to sim through the entire offseason. I don't think there's going to be any blockbuster trades. I'll let you guys know if we get the players that I wanted to sign, just like last episode. But with that being said, I'll see you guys probably for when we sign the guys, and I'll then see you guys at the end of the offseason when we hit our third season with the Mariners. Alright, so first we get James Paxton to our 3-year, $48 million deal. We also get DJ LeMahieu to our 1-year, $11.7 million deal. And we also signed the other 2 guys that I wanted to sign, Danny Salazar and Wellington Castillo. They just didn't show up because of their overalls and stuff like that. So we got everyone we wanted again this year, and I think after this, I'll see you guys at the beginning of the season. Alright, so this isn't really much of a big blockbuster trade, but it's a trade that gets us bigger or better, I should say, a better reliever in the bullpen rather than Dan Altavilla. Altavilla hasn't been the best, 3.86 and 4.59 in the 2 years, where I can trade him and Vogelback, who's 28 and only a 66 overall, for Victor Arano, who's 26. Looks like he's got everything figured out. Didn't have like a great year, like the great year in 2020, but he's had 3 really good years before that. So I'm going to take a chance on Arano and hope I can get a 2017 through 2019 version of him rather than like a 2020. So this is just a trade to see if I can bolster the bullpen just a little bit more. Alright, so we've made it to the beginning of the season. Before we sim through anything, we're going to take a look at our lineups and rotation and just see how it looks this year. Alright, so the lineup that we're going to be going with this season, the leadoff spot's going to be Mallex Smith. Batting second, we're going to have DJ LeMahieu. Third is going to be Chris Davis. Fourth will be Gregory Polanco. Fifth will be Domingo Santana. Sixth is going to be Ryan Healy taking over first base from Jesus Aguilar. Third base is going to be Kyle Seager. We move Shed Long over to shortstop, and Omar Narvaez is at the catching position, batting ninth. Versus lefties, though, I decided to put Aguilar at first base and move Healy to third so I can get Seager off for lefties. And I put Castillo in for Narvaez so he can bat against lefties. My rotation is going to be Mad Bum, James Paxton, Yusei Kikuchi, Danny Salazar, and Steven Matz. I have called up Justice Sheffield to be my long reliever, Taylor Rogers, Victor Arano, Hunter Strickland, and I called up Joey Gerber to be the middle relievers. My setup is still Jeremy Jeffress, and my closer is still Felipe Vasquez. Alright, so unless some amazing trade comes my way, or unless something miraculous happens that I feel like I need to show you guys, I'll see you guys at the draft. Alright, so we have made it to draft day. I'm pretty sure we're the 26th pick. I don't expect us to get many good players. I hope we can get like at least 2 B potential. If we can get an A potential, that'd be amazing. But I'm not expecting much from this draft because we're higher up in the order. So let's see who we can get. Alright, so with our first pick of the draft, I'm going to go for the left fielder Chester Naquin. For the second pick of the draft, I'm going to go for the catcher AJ Wyatt. With the third pick of the draft, we're going to take the right fielder Mike DeMaria. With the fourth pick, we're going to take a chance on the left-handed throwing starting pitcher Alexi Abreu. With our fifth pick, we're going to take a chance on the relief pitcher Derek McMahon. And with our final pick, we're going to take Juan Cruz. Alright, now that we've ended the draft, we're going to go into our draft picks and pray that we got somebody at least 2 B potential players. If I got that, I'll be very happy. Alright, so I got 1 B potential, and I got 4 players that are C potentials, but 2 that are like right on that edge to where they could become B potentials. And yeah, I wasn't expecting Juan Cruz to be anything special. So it looks like Naquin's got speed. Wyatt could be another good catcher. But besides that, not my best. Not my best at all when it comes to drafting. So I'll sign most of these guys up. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to sign Juan Cruz up because he just doesn't look like he's going to be able to do anything ever. Alright, so I'm going to sign everyone up besides Juan Cruz because I don't see him becoming any part of anything in the near future. And after I sign these guys up, I'll probably sim through another month or 2 so I can get close to the deadline. And if anything happens, I'll let you guys know if any trades come my way. And at that point, we'll go over everyone's stats. We'll check the standings, see if there's any kind of trades that somebody wants to make with me, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're at the trade deadline. First, we're going to take a look at the standings. Yankees are in first in the East. Indians are in first by a long shot in the Central. And the Mariners are in first by a long shot in the West, with the Red Sox and Rays in the wild card. Mets are in front very slightly in the East. Cubs, Cardinals, and Pirates are all tied for the lead in the Central, and the Dodgers are in the lead with the West, with the Rockies a little bit behind. Wild card is going to be really tight for the National League this year. Our lineup is looking like this. Mallex Smith is hitting .293 with 9 home runs as a leadoff guy. DJ LeMahieu is batting .275. Chris Davis is back to what I expected him to be because last year he only hit .241. This year so far he's hitting .270. That's a lot better. Gregory Polanco's hitting .270 with 14 homers. Domingo Santana's hitting .291. Healy is batting .249, basically doing kind of the same thing that Aguilar was doing last year. Aguilar seems to be doing better because now he's on the bench and he's not batting as much. I might put him in the lineup a little more often to see if maybe that continues throughout the year. Don't know yet. Kyle Seager is doing just fine, .288. Last year he hit, .296? Yeah, .296. Shed Long, he's a rookie. I'm going to give him another year or so, maybe like to the end of this year, maybe another year if needed to see if he develops into anything. If not, I might try to trade him away or find another person to play shortstop or second base. Omar Narvaez is doing just fine as a catcher, 7 home runs, .289, .395 on base. Kyle Lewis, I'm hoping he can turn into some kind of big player over the next year or so. Just so because, Domingo Santana's getting close to ending his contract. Gregory Polanco, I'm pretty sure, is on his last year. Chris Davis is on his last year. And Mallex Smith is on his last 2 years. So we're going to have to figure out something to do with the outfield in the next coming years unless we win the World Series. Our rotation's looking like this. Mad Bum is being an ace. Paxton's pitching to a 3.78. Kikuchi's having a little bit more of a down year compared to last year. Salazar is pitching to an okay 3.74, and Steven Matz is starting to decline with that ERA. In the bullpen, Justice Sheffield is pitching amazingly in that long relief role. I might trade Steven Matz here to get Justice Sheffield as the 5th starter. Taylor Rogers is pitching beautifully. Victor Arano is pitching amazingly. Hunter Strickland was pitching better back in May. Now it looks like his ERA is starting to rise. Joey Gerber is only 24. He's a rookie. I didn't expect too much out of him this year, so a 4.4 ERA. I'm going to accept it for this year, see if he can build up on it in the next few years to come. Jeremy Jeffress is doing great with a 2.93. And Felipe Vasquez with that 1.6 ERA. 30 saves so far. No blown saves, which is amazing. So with that, I'm going to see if I can find something for Mats. And if there's anything else that I need, I'll check there. And I'll see you guys there. Alright, so I found a reasonable trade for Steven Matz. I'm going to trade him and the C potential Jake Fraley over to the Padres for a B potential shortstop, 20 years old, 67 overall, and Matt Strom. He's a long reliever, 29, B potential, and he's looking great this year. Definitely pitching a lot more than he probably should be, but I don't know if that really goes into much in this game, so this is the trade I'm going to make for Steven Matz. I'm going to get a long reliever out of it. I can put Justice Sheffield in the rotation, and if he starts to falter, I can switch Matt into the rotation because he started 16 games this year. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good trade for Matt. Steven Matz. So now that I've got all of that done, I'm going to sim the rest of the season, and I'm almost certain that I'm going to see you guys in the postseason with our 16-game lead here in the end of August. Alright, so the Mariners have won 106 games to win the division. We will be taking on the Yankees in the division series. But before we do that, I'm going to take one last look at the end of the year stats for each player. Then we're going to take a look at who exactly is in the playoffs. And then we'll start our, hopefully, World Series run. Okay, so I don't know what the hell happened to Mallex Smith, but he just started hitting bombs. I'm pretty sure at the end of July he had 10 home runs. So he had 10 home runs through the first 4 months, and he had 14 in the last two. That I'm very happy with Mallex Smith. DJ LeMahieu was doing just about everything I could ask him to do. He played an amazing defense, spotting what? A 9.82 fielding percentage, only 10 errors. He hit 267, 3.28 on base percentage, hit 16 home runs, which is the highest of his career. 73 RBIs, which again is the highest of his career. So he had a very career year with not the best average, but I'll absolutely take it from DJ. Chris Davis had an absolutely amazing year going back to 2019 with the Athletics. 49 bombs, 146 RBIs with a 286 average, 356 on base percentage. I couldn't ask anything more from a DH. Gregory Polanco, 290, 22 homers. Domingo Santana had a breakout year with 292, 26 homers, and 96 RBIs. I put Jesus Aguilar in for first base for Healy for the last 2 months of the year, and it definitely looks like it paid off. 288 average, 17 home runs. He hit an extra, 8 homers for the last 2 months, and he kept his average at 288, 290-ish. So that's absolutely amazing. Kyle Seager hit 285 with 15 homers and 60 RBIs, but he's starting to get up there in age. Like, he's at 33 right now. He had a good on-base percentage at 364, and he had a pretty decent fielding in .981 while playing in over 1,000 innings. I think if there's somebody in the offseason, if I don't win the World Series here, who can play third base, I think I'm going to do my best to find somebody to replace him. Shed Long hit 235 with 12 homers and 63 RBIs. Got on base 31% of the time, though, so that's nice. Had a lot of errors, though. I'm hoping that within the next year or so, I think I'm going to give him one more year, see if he can fix things. If not, I might have to start looking for a shortstop, or I might be able to move him back to second base because I only signed DJ for 1 year. And Omar Narvaez, I mean, come on. 324, 418 on base percentage, 16 homers, 58 RBIs. I mean, come on. Look at this. Had a few errors, but it's because he didn't play a lot. He only played 123 games because I had Castillo batting for the left-handed pitchers. But my God, that's an amazing year for catcher standards. Kyle Lewis did just fine. Castillo went homer crazy in the past few months because I'm pretty sure he only had a couple homers for the first few months, and then he just went homer crazy for the last few, 295 average. That's what I want from my backup catcher, not like what Yan Gomes did. J.P. Crawford did just fine being the backup in the infield, and Ryan Healy, 23 homers, 249 average. He's getting that power versus lefties up, and I expect him to be a good guy to have as your backup first and third baseman for another few years. Pitchers-wise, Mad Bum, 2.96 ERA in 225 innings, 17-6 record. James Paxton with a 3.71 ERA with 18 wins in 213 innings. Yusei Kikuchi, 3.82. Definitely not as good as his first 2 years. Yes, the first year was 3.71, but the second year is what I'm hoping he can become for the next few years. Danny Salazar, 3.67. I couldn't ask for anything more from a guy who I just picked up, hoping that he could be at least halfway decent. And Justice Sheffield, 3.64 after taking over the 5th rotation spot from Matt because I traded him away for Matt Strahm, who pitched in 152 innings, amassing 181 strikeouts with a 2.83 ERA. Taylor Rogers, what the heck happened here? Okay, so after looking at Matt Strahm, I realized that Chasen Bradford and Zach Roscup were called up without me even wanting them to be called up. So I'm going to look at the people who I wanted to be up. I'm going to take a look at their stats first before I go to these people. Alright, so I can understand why they took down Hunter Strickland with that 5.17 ERA. So I ain't even mad that they decided to take him down to the AAA without my permission. That's perfectly fine on my part. But the one that I'm kind of upset about was Joey Gerber because, yeah, he has a 4.48 ERA, but he's young. I wanted him to get the experience for the whole season. Yeah, he got 74 innings. So I'm perfectly content with that, but I just wanted him to be up there for the whole time. Now that we've looked at everyone else that I wanted to see, let's go back to our bullpen. Taylor Rogers, 1.53. I think this is an amazing trade. Victor Arano, 2.75 ERA. Going back to the sub-3 ERA guy that I believe he can be. 85 innings, 82 strikeouts, 13 holds. Chasen Bradford didn't pitch. Jeremy Jeffress, 2.95 ERA. I'll definitely take that over the 3.47 and 4.68 that he's done in the past. Definitely not a guy to put in the save situation with 7 below saves, but he had 29 holds, 39 innings, and 45 strikeouts. And of course, the closer who has been amazing so far for me, Felipe Vasquez. I got him 2 years ago, 1.62, 1.74, 35 saves, and 48 saves this season. 51 innings and 41 strikeouts with a 1.1 whip. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I noticed we have some league leaders and we have some awards. So we're going to go through that right before we go into the postseason. Chris Davis came second place just to JD Martinez in home runs, although he did lead by quite a margin in the RBIs. Mallex Smith leads the league in runs. Felipe Vasquez led the American League in saves. And that's it for the league leaders. Now let's check in the awards. We have the American League MVP in Chris Davis with that 286 average, 49 homers, and 146 RBIs. Not to mention that he also has the Silver Slugger at DH. And I checked through everything else, but Chris Davis is the only person to receive awards this season. With that being said, we are finally at the playoffs. Tampa Bay and Boston are in the wild card, with Cleveland winning their division. We, of course, won our division with the Yankees winning the East. New York Mets and St. Louis Cardinals are going to face off, with the Cubs and Pirates facing off in the wild card to face off against the Dodgers. So, let's head over to our series against the Yankees. We have Mad Bum on the mound against Jacob deGrom for the first game. And we win it 8-3. James Paxton versus Severino. We lose 2-6. All right, so it's 1-1 now. Kikuchi, we lose that game. All right, this is looking oddly familiar to last year. We're going to quick manage here. We got Danny Salazar on the mound because I don't want to put Justice Sheffield in the game right here. And I want to use Mad Bum in a situation where it's a one last game, Game 5 playoff. So we have Danny Salazar going on the mound. Everyone is ready. Everyone is fully charged. And here we go. We're going to go up against Jacob deGrom, Game 4. Mallex Smith leads off with a ground out. DJ LeMahieu also flies out. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Yankees. Danny Salazar goes 1-2-3 against the Yankees. Another 1-2-3 inning against us. Gleyber Torres gets on first. We walk Giancarlo Stanton, and Luke Voit singles in a run. We walk Aaron Hicks, and now we got bases loaded. Come on, Danny, get out of the inning. 2-run score on an Aaron Hicks single. Alan Hansen flies out. Yankees lead 3-0 in the second. Shed Long goes long ball against Jacob deGrom. Omar Narvaez gets a single. Mallex Smith pops out, and DJ LeMahieu grounds out. It's now 3-1. Aaron Judge gets a single, and that's it. Chris Davis up with a single. Gregory Polanco singles. We have man on first and second. Domingo Santana singles in a run with Gregory going to third. Aguilar sac fly. It is now tied 3-3 here in the fourth, and it's a double play to end the inning. Salazar gets a single to Russell, but that's all that's going to be happening in that inning. Shed Long pops up, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for deGrom. We're here in the fifth inning. We got Sanchez up. We got Judge on second. I'm gonna push him for the 5 innings. Grounds out. Perfect. That's all I need from him. LeMahieu grounds out. Chris Davis singles. And that's it for the inning. All right. Salazar gave us 5 good innings, but I'm gonna go to the bullpen here. I'm gonna bring in Taylor Rogers. Strike him out. Strike him out. Single for Voit. Russell grounds out. Nice, easy inning. Aguilar strikes out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for them. Rogers, I'm going to try. I'm going to walk him. Fly out. Strike out. Push him for 2 innings. Thank you for that, Taylor. Chapman coming in here for the 8th inning. And I'm going to pinch hit Wellington Castillo, who is a lot better against lefties, against Chapman. He only flies out, though. A 1-2-3 inning there. Now we're going to bring in Jeremy Jeffress to pitch the bottom of the 8th. Strikes him out. Gets a single to Stanton. Estevan Florial pinch runs. Double. We got Addison Russell here. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Come on, Jeremy. Get us out of the inning. Okay, before that, they decided to pinch run David Bodie for Luke Voigt. Come on, Jeffress. Ground out ends the inning. We go to the 9th, still tied. Adam Ottavino comes in to pitch. Chris Davis strikes out. Polanco grounds out. And Domingo Santana strikes out. Alright, now here's where I have to play very, very carefully. We're at the bottom of the 9th, tied 3-3. And Aaron Hicks walks it off, and the Mariners have been eliminated yet again. I knew it. I knew I should have taken Jeffress out of the game, but I left him in thinking that he can get him out. Oh, man. Chicago Cubs sweep the Yankees to win the World Series here in 2021. I knew I should have taken him out. We could have tied it up in the series. But hey, at least we're making progress. Kind of. We're winning more games in the season, and I know we're right there. We just have to find the right pieces. Hopefully, 2022 will be the year. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to have episode 4, season 4, 2022 with the Seattle Mariners. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, turning on that notification bell so you can get right up to date whenever I decide to upload episode 4 of this or any other content on this channel. If you enjoy other gaming content rather than just baseball, please consider looking through the description. There will be a link to my main channel. Right now we're just playing stuff that we can play online that we all have. But soon enough we're going to be able to meet up together to where we can record a whole bunch of different stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you all for watching episode 3. I'll see you guys next time in episode 4 where hopefully we can make it to the championship series minimum. And I hope you all have a great day.